Welcome back to Matter of Fact from New York City. On November 7th, voters in New Jersey and Virginia will elect new governors. Because of term limits, there's no incumbent in either race. The Democratic National Committee is using both states to test new voter outreach technology. State party leaders say it's all part of an effort to rebuild after losing critical ground. In fact, the Democrats have ceded lots of ground to the Republicans since 2008. Republicans now control the majority of the state legislatures. Jessica Post is executive director of the Democratic Legislative Campaign Committee, and she is in charge of winning back those legislative chambers. It's nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
So do you feel daunted if you think 56% of the seats are going to Republicans, I think 42% Democrats? That's quite a bit of a hill to climb.
Well, we've had great success this year. We've flipped 8 seats from Republican to Democratic, and so since Trump was elected, we are feeling a lot of momentum actually in the states.
Why do state legislature wins matter so much for the national picture, really?
State legislatures are critically important. The first wall of resistance against Trump is in the states. So in a state like Oregon, where we have Democratic control, they were able to put a woman's right to choose and a woman's right to access birth control in state law in advance of the executive order. But I think the other looming national priority is redistricting. So after 2020, when the census is done, all of the districts in 2021 will be redrawn nationally. And in 37 states, the state legislatures draw both the legislative and the congressional districts. And that's really impactful.
What have you learned? I mean, has there been a big strategy shift from the mistakes of the 2000s?
Yeah, I think so. We thought that if we invested in the presidency, if we spent more money on paid communications, all of that would simply trickle down and legislative candidates would get elected. The reality is all of these candidates need to run their own campaigns with shoe leather, smart digital engagement, and better funding to get their own messages out. They can't just run under the banner of the national presidential candidate, which I think was a long-time assumption.
Republicans are a mess. Democrats also a mess. The party seems very split, and should it go farther to the left? Is it a failure to be a centrist? Is it really two parties and they're kind of just under this umbrella of one party, which same thing happened on the Republican side, I think, to some degree. How much is that affecting you?
I think that's a great question nationally. In the states, when there's a special election, that's proven to be a unifying motivator for Democrats. So the Democrats will step up and say, we're going to put any inter-party divisions maybe we had aside, because we all know that we need to elect Stephanie Hansen in Delaware. We all know in this huge election we're following closely in Washington State that we need to elect Manka Dhingra, and we'll figure out the rest later. But right now we're going to go out and door knock, we're going to drop the brownies off at the campaign office, and we're going to raise money through our low-dollar communities to get these folks elected.
Well, figuring it out later might be sometime before 2018, which I know is looming large on your calendar. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.